Alrighty, what is going on, guys? Evan Aldo here. What is going on with uh my speakers? Can everybody hear me okay? It's looking weird on OBS for it looks like, is it coming out both sides or just one side? It's looking a little bit weird. I think I want to mute this one. How's this sound, guys? Just wanted to make sure. Think we should sound okay. Just wanted to make sure of that. A little weird, but hopefully we're all right. Let me know. Um, anyway, so first thing is first. Let's get through. Sounds a little echoey. Is it a little bit better now? A little bit better now. Better. Okay. Yeah, I changed something here. OBS is weird. OBS is very weird. Oh, jeez. Could hardly hear me now. Oh, I think I know why. Okay. I think. Okay. I think Yeah. Give me 1 second here. How about now? Is that a little bit better here, guys? Let me just see something. Yeah, I think it. No, I think that. Okay, now we definitely fixed the issue, I believe. It is a lot. How did that happen? I did nothing here. Um, let's just see something. Better. Okay. Okay. I think that fixed the issue. I think I fixed the issue. Okay. The settings are freaking weird with this sometimes, guys. They are. I did change nothing from yesterday, and it's appearing all different in OBS. Weird. Do not know how that happened. Anyway, let's get into it. So, trigger wave kind of forming on your 12-hour. I think this is the main bullish case, kind of a reverse head and shoulders. That would theoretically bring us up to 45, maybe even 48. If we do go there, obviously the ETF stuff is coming up. That would be the obvious catalyst to come up a little bit more. It's a very kind of range-bound market, which is very predictable. Very predictable for the kind of holiday week. I mean, we all know the economy kind of pauses to a certain extent this week. A lot of people take this time off from work. A lot of people, people do, I kind of feel like, turn a little bit more optimistic on the market for this week. Hence, like, the funding rates are insanely high. That doesn't seem healthy. I think those longs will be flushed out. When will they be flushed out? Probably sometime in the new year at some point. I do think we will probably come down and test 39, 40K at some point. It's a little bit conflicting. I mean, you got the bearish div money flow coming out in the 2-day, same type of deal in the 3-day. So it's like that slower conflicting market, and then you have kind of your trigger waves forming here that could potentially bring us back up to these areas. So, it's tough to say. It's kind of tough to say. I mean, the trend is your friend, obviously. We're in an uptrend, reverse head and shoulders. Potentially these trigger waves bringing you back up. That could be a, good long up back up to around 45K, high 44 or something. Something of that nature, I would kind of guess here. We know there's a lot of, stop losses here around 45, low 45s. We know there's also a lot of stop losses at, high 39s, low 40s. I mean, that's pretty obvious. Can price go both ways to shake out both sides? It absolutely can. So, yeah, let's move on to ETH a little bit as well. So ETH, kind of like the title of this video, it's starting to really outperform Bitcoin to a good amount now. Nice jump up. Trigger waves are already printing on ETH. About to confirm on ETH, a few of them in a few hours. Unlike Bitcoin. So yeah, looking a little bit stronger in Bitcoin. My mutant ape is doing pretty well because of this. So that I'm a little bit happy about. I'm gonna upload a video about that. Hopefully after this, just gotta make a thumbnail or whatever for that. And yeah, mm, kind of a rejection off of this fib level right here. We are seeing, bear div could have already played out, bringing us down. Trying to think if there's any trigger waves, anything that could be forming. A little bit in the 5 minute, 6 minute. Yeah, it's that kind of range bound market. So that area was pretty big. I had a long in the Discord for a while. Finally played out, hit the first take profit. So I'm happy about that. I was in that for a while. Got eaten alive in funding fees a little bit, but did still make money on that. So there's that. If you guys are interested in Discord, a link down below. 2-day green dot, I like that. Looks good for continuation. Now, where would our kind of technical targets be if we were to, kind of break up from this range, which we kind of are doing a little bit? Probably around 2,500 to this area. This would be a pretty big pocket. 2,500 to 25.5, something of that nature. If you break above there, you're looking at 2,800. Let's not get too out of ourselves yet, though. If we do look at Bitcoin dominance too, I would say that 2-week confirms in 4 days probably will confirm. If we see that money flow coming down, that's where it's like very likely that, Bitcoin dominance has topped out, or at least come close to topping out, similar to kind of this area over here. Obviously, end of 2020, early 2021 is where it really topped out. But in terms of where the altcoins that survived, most altcoins that survived, where they bottomed out against Bitcoin was end of 2019, essentially. So there's that. And this would be a good breeding time for buying altcoins, I think, as I've been DCAing every week. I give the picks every week of which altcoins I DCA'd in that week. I own a lot of altcoins. I own big cap altcoins. I own medium cap altcoins. I own some small cap altcoins. So yeah. And it looks like Plan E. I know you're there. You were talking about something. Let's see. AXL. Let's take a look. So AXL looks like it just listed on Coinbase? Yeah. A little tough to say. A little bit too new. I think I did look at this once before. Maybe it's somewhere else too. I would assume a lot of the ones that are coming out now, as long as they're not complete meme coins, would generally follow the market upward. Bear div on the 3-day though, that's concerning. 2-day money flow is still good, but you do have the bear div, yeah. I mean, it's definitely not looking terrible, but money flow is coming out. I don't know if I would mess with this. If it does have good fundamentals, it could be something to DCA in, but to go long on this, I don't know. Although I don't know if you could leverage trade this to begin with. So yeah. Let's see. Ordi, I would assume is probably coming back up a bit with the NFTs, yeah. Oh man. Money flow coming up. Yeah, you do have a good amount of stuff coming up here now. A little tough to say. Money flow is coming up, but you are seeing some large bearish divs. Don't know if it's the best time to mess with this, but if you do break upward, yeah, I don't see in terms of money flow. These lower time frames are a bit concerning. I'd be neutral to slightly more bearish, maybe. But I do like the money flow. I mean, if you do pump up more, maybe even $100 or something. So yeah. Let's see. So IMX. Let's look at IMX, Immutable X or whatever. Yeah. I mean, you get some wild, technical targets. If you break above this area, yeah, then you're looking at, $3-4. Weekly money flow is still decent. A little concerning on the 3-day. 2-day looks like you may see some continuation. Same with the daily, a little bit in between there. But yeah, 12-hour looks good. You might, I mean, you're in the uptrend. I mean, next big place is going to be 280. I could see that. After that, potentially 3 something. So yeah, and I mean, your technical target's all the way up at $6. That could probably be next 6 months, next year for this. But yeah. What's up, Christopher? Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, guys. Suku. Now this, yeah. LX's money flow. This has got to be a micro cap. Yeah, 12 million. It's a gamble. It's a gamble. It's on Coinbase, though. Small cap. How much is this down from all-time high? 97. That's, yeah, it's make or break. It's make or break. Break above here. Yeah, the sky's the limit. I mean, I don't know what this does or what it is, but this might be something that goes up a bit. Yeah, to that wick 14. Monero, I think, will generally continue upward over the next couple of years. This one's a little bit tricky to buy. I guess you could get on Kraken. Yeah, that would be a place to do it. Trigger waves right there. Potentially breaking up higher to to 3 something or whatever. We did not look at Sol. We'll take a look. But I think I'm trying to look at the next big places for Monero would be, I mean, obviously there. That pocket 250, I think he'll eventually get up to. And then, let's see here, Solana. Solana, yeah, just hanging out. Hit that point, rejected from that kind of major point there at around 117. Kind of a bear div forming on the 2-day. Not a major cause for concern yet, but that 3-day, if that money flow starts to come down with that bear div, now that could take time, but I think that would be a good, local top, and we may see that play out more into January, seeing some type of correction for Solana, I would assume here. Now, where would we end up if we do see that, kind of correction? And from there to there, if you do break downward, you're looking at 80. Maybe a lot of people will be saying 75. Maybe we get down to 80 or something. I don't know. I mean, a 30% correction is typically in the cards. That would be right around 86. Tough to say. It'll probably be range bound for some more time before potentially breaking downward. That 3-day is pretty concerning. I do think you'll have some type of correction based on that 3-day. It's wild too because we're still freaking 56% off of all-time highs after this giant run up. I mean, maybe down to a $30 billion market cap. That could be a place to look. I mean, it's a large market cap for a crypto. So yeah, let's look at Chainlink. Got to jump up like a lot of things have in the short term. Money flow is, it's the same thing like at 3-day. If we get that bear div, that's where it gets a bit worrisome. But the price formation is kind of a bullish structure here. I like the green dots and crap coming up. This could be now to trade this. I want to do a little trade setup here. I mean, what could you, if you want to bet that we're going to try to, retest this, or did we even quite make it there? That's a 101 right there. Yeah, you could give that. That may have a shot of winning below that wick right there. Nice 101. That's betting we're going to go to a higher high. Funding fees might be very high. 8-hour trigger wave, though. I mean, the last one gave you something. I guess some would argue it's already kind of played out here, but you could come up a little bit more. I don't know. Try us. That looks, yeah, I've looked at this. I mean, it does look decent for continuation on the 12-hour. A lot of these larger time frames looks decent for continuation. If you are to break above, I just want to see like where this, okay, we're in no man's land. If you are to break above where we are right now, your technical target would be somewhere around, that would be probably right around 9, just under 10, which I do think is a decent shot. I do think it's a decent shot. You could get it close to $10 on this. There are a lot of new ones that are pumping. I mean, it's a repeat of, there's a lot of new stuff. I mean, I kind of want to look at some old stuff just to show you guys like what happens with a lot of these eventually. But I mean, it could be, it could take, take time. Stress. I would say it's kind of hitting a big point, given that, yeah, weekly bear div there. And given that these wicks down here are pretty significant, I would say, yeah, I would say this is a pretty significant point. Can it break above here? Maybe. I don't know. Money flow coming out looks a little concerning in my opinion. We definitely got to see what happens, see if this confirms here in the weekly. If we stay above where we are, I would say around 166 or something could be the next kind of area. So yeah. Yeah, smash the likes, guys. Always appreciate you guys. Hope you've been well, Christopher. I've been oh man, I remember when you used to first time I saw you about a year ago or so, maybe a little less. But yeah, time goes by. Time goes by. What's up, Tech? And by the way, guys, if you guys are interested in trading, check out FAIRDESK. In pinned comment in the live chat. We give away the $100 every week. Our rep Alan announces it in the free Discord every week as well. We got a support channel there if you guys have issues, questions, all that. Really good shot of winning that. And Zoomex, we are the link for that. The Zoomex is in the description along with the link for the Discord. The Zoomex one, we got some spots open for the $20 bonus only with my link as well. So check that out if you guys are interested in trading. Both are pretty great exchanges. Yeah, I mean, I want to look at so BNB. This isn't the chart I was always looking at, but yeah, this hit pretty well. I mean, I mentioned this in the Discord. I had a good long off of this. I think I'm actually still in a small position on this. I got some on spot though. I think that pretty with him resigning, pretty good, kind of bottom signal, and then you may continue forward, maybe back up to all-time highs or even higher into the next cycle. So we'll see. I do think probably CRO will most likely outperform it for the next 2 years just because it's down so much, smaller market cap, all that. This looks decent though. Looks like you could break up from here, maybe retest these highs at 11. That's a decent jump too. It's probably like, yeah, 20%. That could be a decent trade setup as well. I mean, if we look at, okay, so say you're trying to get up to, I don't know, that's where that area. Yeah, nice 101 there. I mean, you got some wiggle room below 9 cents. I mean, that's kind of where you'd wait, throw in the towel, I guess. It could be a decent setup. Funding fees are probably atrocious everywhere, though. Matic, that one's jumping up kind of as predicted. I was talking about this jumping up yesterday. This looked very good compared to a lot of other things. So yeah, I think I had a chart with more better stuff on this on the Coinbase maybe, but oops, it's the same thing. Let's see the Coinbase. Yeah, now we're getting up to that area, so kind of rejecting on that in the short term, but that was a big kind of jump off of this area. Yeah, nice oh, wow, 44% over the last couple days, just insane. It's volatile. Altcoins are volatile, guys. Very volatile. So yeah. At that point, AVAX is rejecting. I do have more. Let me just find the one with a little bit more data here. Yeah. So this was a trade setup I gave in the Discord in terms of like trying to short this. It's a little weird right now. I don't know. I mean, you may get these trigger waves that save the day, bring you back up, and screw over all the people shorting. Stop then out, and then you come down a bit more. But I mean, these have come up a lot. It's hitting a major point. And you're getting, especially on that 2 day, I mean, bear div, money flow's finally starting to come out. There's a good shot you will see a bit more of a correction than what we've seen so far here. So yeah. I want to look at some of that just to show you guys. I'm curious about some of the ones that the old like Twitter shills, people were into back in the day. Harmony. This could come back and do something in the next bull run. It could do in the next 2 years. Definitely could do something. A lot of them are bubble pop patterns, like depression phase right there. Now we're getting close to the disbelief phase. You probably will get, I don't know much about this. You probably get back to 6 cents or something at least, I would assume. So yeah. And then strong was, I'm just looking at the old kind of, this looks like it went to 0. Jeez. What about Celsius? That looks like that we're going to be delayed a lot more with that when people get their funds back. Yeah, that's just a 0.5. Just look at all the dead stuff. That had a nice jump October. Going back down. How about Luna Classic? I think you still could trade that on certain, yeah, MEXC. There, that area. Might get a bounce. It's some of these, they're different. Some of these are completely in different ballparks than other ones. I mean, if Bonk, for example, it's wild. The Coinbase chart looks completely dead. This looks like just a correction. For this, I'm curious what, maybe a daily trigger wave may give you some relief with Bonk. So yeah. No, Gox, I've been hearing about that for 2 years now about that, the release of that or whatever. I think that's a big nothing burger. I don't think much is going to happen with that. But yeah. Is Do Kwon in prison or did he post bail? Was it that? Will he go to prison? What do people think? I don't know the do with that. I know some people have been talking about XRP continuing to do well. I think it will, generally. Probably get back to your summer high eventually. I mean, I don't know. This is always a tough one to trade, always a weird one, a volatile one. Has that cold following. 2-day trigger wave, I mean, this looks pretty good. I mean, this looks, you know, in terms of trying to trade this, I mean, yeah, you could do some setup like that. I mean, you could try, that's a good risk reward ratio, like a 4 to, yeah, something insane, or 2 to 1 like that. You're going to be waiting. You're going to be probably waiting a while, but we'll see. I mean, it's probably a 40% jump up to that area, right? 50%, yeah, just insane. Volatility on these is pretty crazy. But yeah, I mean, the 2-day, I mean, it's a larger time frame. Could take time to play out, but yeah. Let's see here. That's 33. Polkadot. That's hitting, yeah, that's another one. I think I do have more data somewhere else on this, or Coinbase maybe. No, it looks like just Binance, but yeah, obviously this point is good because of this area, that rejection in August the 22. That's where you kind of, you know, your time-based capitulation kind of started. Depression phase right there. I do think you're eventually going to break above this place, but to go long on this with a daily bear div right here, I don't know if that's going to be a... I mean, it does look like you could hold the line. If you hold the line, next place is going to be probably I mean, that wick is going to be, say, $10. That's going to give you something, I would assume. And then probably right here, you know, 14. After that, 20 maybe, 23. We'll see. Filecoin. Yeah, people have been talking about Filecoin. That same kind of bubble pop pattern a lot of things do have. I don't know what the hell is going to happen with this. I don't know too much about Filecoin either, but I do think in the grand scheme of things it will do well. It looks pretty good. The other, this is a stock, but DocuSign, there's another, in terms, speaking of like bubble pop patterns, this is a pretty good one. A nice kind of bubble pop pattern now. Where, you know, that's going to give you some kind of where we hit off of there. Yeah. That area, those wicks right there, big, yeah. So to break through that, it could be tough. I think you will. I think you will. I think it's kind of make or break for this, and I think you probably will. Could take time, but that looks pretty good on the monthly. Same. Oh yeah, Flow is another storage one. I don't. Let's take a look. I mean, this was pumping over the. Where was it? When was this pumping? Here. Oh yeah, June into July. That was pumping around the 4th of July. Yeah, it's starting to come back $1. I don't know. Tough to say, man. I feel like this could die out almost. I don't know, 99% down. I've never seen something go down that much and come all the way back. I kind of would be more towards Airweave, although, yeah, I would be kind of more towards more of a gambler on this rather than Flow. But to be honest, I kind of like how Filecoin looks the best. You can't hear me. I thought we fixed that issue. I think you guys are able to hear me. Thought we fixed that issue. I think you guys are. I think you guys are able to hear me. A lot of Teslas were recalled, I heard, but has not affected the stock price too much yet. At least not much at all. It keeps going up, hitting a big point. I mean, usually monthly green dots in general on anything are pretty good signs that you'll continue forward. This is about to confirm. looks not terrible on the weekly. I do think Tesla could generally continue to do well and potentially jump up to 300 again. That's what I'd be looking here. So yeah. Alphabet. That's almost like a large kind of macro head and shoulders. And if you do break above there, $200, that'd be wild. What is that a jump from at 40%, 200? That monthly could be a little hazy, but I do think, I do think that you probably could continue here. I mean, the big thing here, like everything, I mean, real estate, stock market, crypto is if unemployment keeps rising, it's not really, I think they kind of artificially just make this keep going down or whatever, but and now it's coming down there, monthly trigger wave. If it stays where we are, we're fine. If this keeps rising though, then you're kind of oh, okay, it's a little bit too quiet. Oh man, I wonder why. I wonder why. Moved my thing. There might be an issue with my microphone or whatever. I put it closer to me right now, so that's like maybe a little bit better. But usually they could adjust better on their own. Ah, geez. Let me just see something here. Let me try to crank up the gain or whatever. How's that? A little bit. I cranked it up a bit here, so that might be a little bit better. Yeah, I think that's gonna, yeah, because I cranked it up. Okay. Oh, okay, they're trolling. Okay. Nah, Plan E ain't trolling. You're the one trolling. Dixie, trigger wave to the downside in the monthly. I would say this generally still looks bearish. You could get relief with some of these ELXs, but I think you're generally in more of a bear trend. I think at this point it came up as much as they wanted it to kind of come up, and then you're kind of gonna head down. We'll see though. We'll see. Thanks, NBF. We looked at that. It's looking pretty good. Hitting a big point though. I don't know if I'd go long at the moment. Like I've been saying, guys, this week is still kind of that holiday week. The economy is kind of shut down a little bit. It's hard to kind of predict this market. I would generally say sideways bullish for most things. Cardano, this trigger wave does look like it could bring you up higher. The funding fees are outrageous though for trying to go long on some of these right now. I don't really know if I would advise anyone to necessarily try to go long, but you could. Let's see, 63.5. Did post a setup for this in the Discord. That's not a good setup. Maybe like that. I don't know. But did post a setup for this in the Discord. If you guys are interested, I did do a new trade as well. Small trade. We'll see what happens. If you guys are interested, a link down below. Got CBZ, KMEC, Lanacore in there as well. What was the one Lanacore was taking a look at? He likes to look at some of these, small caps. And I want to look at MEXC. Yeah, I don't know. Trigger waves to the downside now. It could come up. We'll see. This was the other one that kind of cocky knew, kind of is looking like it's dead, but that point is where we wanted to bounce. No, I wouldn't mess with cocky knew. But yeah. With old gaming ones, VRA. That looks decent. Trigger wave on the 3-day looks not bad at all. Maybe get back up to those highs. Had your little December correction, down 15%. That high in February then came down. I don't know. Don't know too much about Veracity. Did make money on it back in the day. I bought this around down here, I believe, 21. I got out at a decent time. Definitely didn't sell the top, but around, I think that era, I got 100% or something on that. Feeling a bit bearish. Yeah, I feel that, man. I'd say sideways, kind of. Some things look better than others. Like, I mean, if we could break above this on ETH, we're good, but I feel like we're just going to be more range bound. That looks decent for the short term. I think you're probably going to retest this area. If you maybe get up to 2,500 would be, don't mind if I do. Wouldn't mind that. But yeah. Hmm. I was curious about some of the, you know, floor prices on NFTs. Munapes 12 are up to 12.6. So I'm ahead slightly, I believe, on mine. Um, CryptoPunks up to 130K. That had a big jump up. You know, in terms of like legacy ones that, apes and punks are kind of the well, CryptoFace says if ain't got a dog in it, ain't got a frog in it, ain't gonna do shit. So that could be part of that. Nouns, 86 grand. Never heard of nouns. 86 grand though. Jesus Christ. That's just insane. Those are brand new. Clanosaurs. What was the Campi? I want to see the creeps, the cam. I mean, it does look a little like there's a lot of shit. They're 3 grand. These have come down a bit. They were 2 ETH, now they're, yeah. These have definitely come down a little bit. That's a nice high from there, so yeah. I did see the Twitter buzz. I tried to withdraw on MEXC to test it out. I just withdrew and it worked perfectly. So, I mean, there's been a little bit of concern about that. I don't know if we're there enough where like it makes me concerned. A lot of NFTs have been coming down. Not the mutant apes. I think blue chip ones are Nakamigo. I don't know what that is. Let's see. Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of all or nothing here. It's either going to recover or go to zero, probably. The Trump ones, I think, are down because he released new ones, obviously. But, I mean, they're up today, 360 floor price. They were at 500. Very choppy. Very sideways, very choppy. You're either going to break up or break down here. I think you're eventually going to break up, assuming he gets a nomination and all that. When did the primaries start? Did they start in January? I feel like that could bring these up a bit once he starts doing well in those. Um, it could be that MICE. I don't see any major concern from XC. I mean, trading volume is high there. There's a lot of fundamental things that are pretty good with them. There's always been weird concerns like that. But yeah, polar bear man. Yeah, I don't know with the mic. It's weird that the microphone. Usually it's like perfect. I'm using the Rode mic, wireless mic. It's usually perfect. I don't know. So yeah. And Tom Crane got featured in Coinpedia. Nice. Congrats to Tom. Orcas Island. Where is Orcas Island? AJ's in Orcas Island. Where is that? Looks cool though. Oh, it's gotta be. I think I know where he is. Yeah. Um, he was doing some cool stuff. Um, yeah. What's up, Polar Bear Man? Where's Sedida Polar Bear Man? We looked at a lot of stuff today so far. Gold and silver do look pretty good. In my opinion, I would say. Um, yeah, I mean, see here. Yeah, you're probably gonna jump up a bit more here, I would think. Yeah. The other ones that I know you guys hate them, but I mean, that looks pretty good on the macro. I think that could probably come back for obvious reasons. And these yellow X's, that looked really good. We looked at DocuSign. Pfizer looks pretty good. That's not the right one. Hitting that big place. All the yellow X's. What kind of credit? This is probably a 50%er. Yeah. How about regional banks, KRE? This was a long term. That's a double bottom pattern. I think you're probably going to get back. Yeah. These have been fighting back a bit. Money flow coming up there. We've talked about these. Yeah. That was the capitulation right there in May. And then right up, right back up. Sonico? Oh, you're talking about my... oh, what's up, Crypto Grizzly? You're talking about my targets on Sonico? Let's see. Yeah, so obviously right here, and then I forgot what I said about this, but that weekly, if we do get, not a cause for concern yet, but if we do get that bear div, that could be a little bit concerning. What was I looking at in terms of targets on? I think I was doing, oops. No, that wasn't even it. Yeah, right there. I mean, oh, okay. I think I was looking at, like, yeah, this just only goes up. Yeah. 64. I don't know. Looks like you may see some more continuation. I mean, psychological areas, $70 could be big next, 75, you know, $10 billion market cap. Maybe you could go more. I mean, this would be insane, but target out of there. Actually, it's not as insane as I thought. 110. I don't know. It could take years for it to happen. Doge. I kind of feel like you could hold this frickin' area and keep jumping, you know? Kind of feel like it could just keep going. There's trigger waves, all that shit, yeah. I mean, it's down a little bit. 12%, yeah. Double bottom there. That weekly's a little concerning, but we'll see. I don't know what, oh, okay. Well, that's, I don't, are you talking about, like, it's got to be, this has got to be it, right? Yeah, it's probably 100x, yeah, 20x. I don't know. Yeah, it's in an uptrend. Market cap 11 billion. I mean, you're probably not going to get no other 20x, but you could double or something, maybe. I don't know. We were looking at Ordi. Hard to say with that. The euro. I kind of think this might keep going up. I want to look at the peso. Came down a little bit, but now that monthly looks juicy. The monthly looks pretty good. Yeah, that looks like it might continue. You might eventually get back to 2012 numbers here. 30%. Matic had a nice jump, yeah. Matic had a good jump. That's been one of my DCAs. I like Matic. You know, it's been doing good. Stellar Lumens. What a name, Stellar Lumens. Looks good in the weekly. Yeah, I stake my Matic too. I stake my Atom. Atom, I earn a good amount on staking that. Access wallet. Let's see here. I think you could keep going, $15 or something for Atom, potentially. Yeah. You know, you buy them now, let's say. You buy them now, end of 2023, early 2024. You sell them early 25. Probably not going to, you're definitely not selling at the top. You know, it's a conservative place. You're definitely probably not selling at the top if history is any indication. But long-term capital gains, you ain't paying that much in taxes. You're still paying something, but you're not paying too much in taxes. And I mean, you probably could get 5 to 10x in a lot of things in that amount of time potentially. Um, so I mean, investing, let's say 50 grand, 500 grand, you know, pay off a mortgage, do some shit with this, and then maybe keep, convert, then convert over to Bitcoin or whatever, some of it, put in safer assets or whatever. So yeah, daily almost forming a bear div on Matic. We'll see what happens at $12, or excuse me, Atom. So yeah, but that looked good there. Oh, that daily. ETH Bitcoin. I don't know if I looked at this yet today, but oh man, that is juicy, as predicted. I've been telling you guys this would probably bottom out pretty soon, and I think we have bottomed out. I don't know if we have. I think we have, especially if we confirm that weekly. Somebody was telling me it looked terrible in the charts against Bitcoin. I don't know if I agree with that. It looks pretty similar to where it bottomed out over here, especially on the monthly. So yeah. Stop on. I don't know. Probably both. I wish, are we? Yeah, we're pumping. I think we're gonna come up more. I think we're gonna kind of screw over both sides here. I think we're gonna come up. If I had to guess, I don't know, but if I had to guess, I think these trigger waves will play out. We'll come up, wash out the people with stop losses around 40, mid to high 44s, low 45s potentially. Then in sometime in January, we'll come down to 39, 40K and wipe out those people. That's what I would kind of assume. Um, so yeah, 41.8. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I am in a Bitcoin along. If you want more details on that, check out the Discord. Been in a really good winning streak. Only had one tiny loss, once in the last few weeks. So that's been really good. We've been doing excellent in there. Been an easy market to trade. Getting a little bit tougher with the range boundness. Obviously everything's just going to the moon. It's pretty easy. You go long in anything, usually you win the trade. But getting a little bit tougher. But it's still, the more you do something, the better you get at it. I think I improve every year at this. Every few months I get a little bit better. So yeah, right to that point. That's a big point for Amazon, kind of, I would say. But I do think you could break through and eventually come higher. We'll see though. If you do get that weekly bear div, that's a little bit concerning. How's the monthly on this? There's a good kind of anchor right there. That was a big correct. What did this correct? 50%? The other, well, let's look at obviously the grandfather of it all, the $3 trillion market. It just says 3 trillion. It's exactly a $3 trillion market cap. Wow. If that weekly does give us a bear div, that's where it does get kind of concerning here. Same with the 2 week. But the monthly seems like it could save today, 2 days there that can confirm, and then you break up from there. Let's just go on the weekly to do our kind of technical target here. You break up from there, you're looking at potentially, 217. Maybe I could be more liberal with this even. I mean, 224. I want to draw the, yeah, where does price stick the most here? I mean, that's kind of your big place that we rejected from. I think that's worth drawing a line at. Decent rejection from there. Mm. Hmm. What did I want to look at? Near is another one people have asked me about. We've looked at this quite a bit. I mean, yeah, it looks like you could see some continuation. Is rejecting from a big point though. I mean, yeah, you're hitting that area. Few up coming up on your 5 hour trigger wave, kind of forming on the 3 hour, down 11%. OP. That's been coming up. Maybe you get up to 480. Yeah, it doesn't look top. It doesn't look too toppy here. Might be able to go. The new ones, they don't have sell walls. There's nobody who bought high who's selling. That's the thing with these. So yeah. But it kind of amazes me how much like new shit is out there that just keeps going, you know what I mean? It's kind of like this is pumping up. Yeah, you're probably gonna get high. Ooh, that's a nice jump there. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Yeah, you probably could. I just want to see something. I mean, where are we at right now? If you wanted to 148, I mean, you're along in the top to a certain target right there. Yeah, 101. You might be able to get that. And if you break above that area, here's where you're looking at maybe like freaking, bull market, target of the height of the bull market. Well, it could go even higher. I mean, it's only, yeah, $4, something like that eventually. Bake. That's probably a crypto, right? That's probably a new one. Let's see. The cooking crypto. Yeah, I don't know. Hitting that point. It rejected from it's hitting a big point. It looks like you might continue. I don't see any major like bearish signs here. Where the hell would this go next? Maybe $1.60, maybe even double. Probably $1 next. I mean, we're still in a strong market. I would say it's just a little bit. It's a little bit concerning on some things, and by some metrics, I would say. A little bit concerning by some metrics. So yeah. Anyway, guys, been on almost an hour now. Probably gonna wrap it up. There's not too much else to really talk about. I mean, we could go through news a little bit. Isn't the Cointelegraph's the one you're not supposed to use? I think, right? Oh yeah, that's just insane. And he's still going hard. He's still buying more. The guy's still going harder, and it's still down 50% from all-time high. I mean, yeah, it looks like it could continue a bit potentially. Next area is going to be around 7 something. I mean, it obviously follows Bitcoin pretty closely. That January low. That double bottom was interesting there because you would have thought that this would have been lower here. I feel like some bankruptcies kind of. I mean, he did get margin called on some stuff, but it wasn't concerning enough where it. I mean, it was concerning to some people, but yeah, that was a big point all the way back to 18. And then yeah, I mean, this obviously has to do with what people think. I mean, doing this, what was the correct? It was probably a 90% correction, I would assume. Make it back up to 8 something. I mean, thing too is your technical target's eventually at 340. I think you can get there. It's probably gonna take 6 to 12 months, but I think you can get there for coin. Yeah. On these metrics, it kind of seems like you're kind of shit. You're out of luck. You know what I mean? Too late, but I think you will correct back down to potentially somewhere between 150 and 110 at some point. But I do think you'll continue generally. This is the electric car, the Chinese electric car company, right? This was the, yeah. $7. Kept getting like, yeah, those blood diamonds on the, yeah. That's an interesting point right there was, I mean, obviously we should try. I do think this might be able to come back as well. People have liked this one. Monthly bull div too. This is one to keep your eye on. Good fundamentals here. Yeah, this I think will succeed. That weekly I kind of like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, I mean the 5 was kind of the bottom, and then you just retested that recently. That could be a good. That could be a good buy. Hmm. And by the way, guys, if you're interested in trading, check out the link down below to FAIRDESK $100 bonus to one lucky winner every week. There's also additional deposit bonuses. Really good exchange. Never had an issue with it myself. And check out Zoomex. A few more spots open for the first 100 people exclusively with my link down below. That's the one that follows Bybit. That's the best one to use. Don't believe there's a VPN required, but to be safe in these ages, I would use a VPN just to be safe, especially if you're in a restricted area. But check it out if you guys are interested. Pin comment for FAIRDESK. And if you guys are interested in Discord, link down below. Check it out. Really great community here. A lot of whales, a lot of really great people in there. A lot of people have done very well. So yeah. So yeah, really appreciate you guys. If anybody, by the way, guys, if anybody does YouTube thumbnails, let me know. If you do YouTube thumbnails, let me know your rate or whatever. Kind of might be looking for somebody to do some thumbnails for me. If anybody does those. So yeah, I got a video that I'm gonna be uploading soon, so I want to kind of get a thumbnail or whatever. Anyway, so yeah, I really appreciate you guys. Have a good one. Subscribe, like the video. Have a good one, guys.